What if I told you that your brain is already wired to learn faster than you think? Not by grinding harder, but by using the same mental tactics trained operatives use under life or death pressure. These are CIA-level brain hacks, and starting today, they're yours. Picture this. A new recruit walks into CIA training, not with a backpack full of books, but into a room full of sirens, chaos, and impossible tasks. They're not just memorizing, they're learning how to absorb, recall, and react under pressure, faster than the average brain. Now, here's the secret. They're not special. They've just learned how to unlock parts of their brain that most people never access. And that's what we're going to do today. This is not another study tips video. This is brain optimization, spy style. 1. Sleep mode learning. Let's start where your brain starts to reboot. When you're falling asleep, most people think sleep is for rest, but your brain, it's still working. In fact, there's a brief, magical window right between wakefulness and sleep, where your brain becomes a sponge. It's called the theta state. And in it, your mind is wide open to suggestion, rhythm, and repetition. Decades ago, Soviet intelligence agents were trained using hypno-learning. They'd lie in a relaxed state while language recordings played on loop. Spanish, German, Chinese, and because their brains were in theta, they remembered it faster and more naturally. Your version of this? Totally doable. Just before bed, play a 4 Hz theta wave playlist. You'll find dozens for free on YouTube or Spotify. As it plays, review a small bit of information, not a whole textbook, just a focused concept, 10 vocabulary terms, a math principle, or a history summary. Then, and this is key, end with a physical cue. Snap your fingers, tap your knuckle, say a word like focus. That anchors the learning. Your brain starts to associate that physical action with memory activation. Later in the day when you snap again, boom, the brain switches into recall mode. It feels almost like magic, but it's pure biology. Imagine replacing 2 hours of mindless scrolling at night with 10 minutes of subconscious learning. The return on investment, exponential. 2. Neuropriming in chaos. Now let's talk about focus. We all wish we had more of it, but here's what most people get wrong. Focus doesn't come from silence. It comes from training your brain to cut through noise. CIA agents are dropped into simulations with blaring alarms, clashing voices, sudden explosions, and they're told to solve puzzles, remember codes, and respond instantly. Why? Because when the stakes are high, distractions are everywhere, and if you can't learn to focus inside chaos, you'll lose when it matters most. So how do you simulate that at home? Start small. Next time you study, play ambient cafe noise in the background. There are hour-long loops online. Add occasional interruptions, a kitchen timer, a loud ringtone, or even a dog barking. Set it to go off every 7 minutes. Then slowly make the noise louder or more unpredictable each day. What's happening here? Your brain is being forced to prioritize. It learns not to chase every sound, but to stay locked on your task, even when the world tries to pull you away. Do this consistently, and you'll start noticing something crazy. You'll be able to read in noisy cafes, study on public transport, work while your roommate has Netflix blaring, because you've built a kind of mental tunnel vision, a filter, a spy grade skill. 3. The 5 sense memory trick. Here's something wild. Our strongest memories aren't tied to logic. They're tied to emotion and sensation. Think of it. The scent of rain on concrete, the opening notes of a song from high school, one whiff, one sound, and boom, you're there again. That's not nostalgia. That's your hippocampus doing its job. Now imagine using that to remember on purpose. Spies use multisensory encoding to tag data with physical inputs, smells, colors, textures, soundtracks. Your version? While studying, chew cinnamon gum. Later, before a quiz or project, chew it again. Your brain connects the taste with the memory network. Level it up. Wear a certain hoodie when you're learning French. Light a citrus candle when you study math. Create a playlist that plays only when you're working on your side hustle. Over time, these sensory cues become anchors, and your brain, which thrives on patterns, locks the knowledge in deeper. It's like building a filing system, but instead of folders, you're using smells and songs. 4. The memory palace hack. Let's get visual. Your brain is obsessed with space. If you've ever walked into a room and forgotten why, or remembered something the moment you saw your old bedroom, that's your spatial memory firing. And the CIA has turned it into a superpower. It's called the memory palace, a technique where you take a real place, your house, your school, your gym, and assign ideas to objects inside it. Why does this work? Because your brain already remembers where things are. You don't have to try to recall where your fridge is. You just know. So we piggyback on that. Here's how. Assign meaning to 5 locations in your house. Example, your mirror. Today's 3 main tasks. The fridge equals a quote you want to live by. The front door equals a fact you need to remember. The sofa equals a goal you're working on. Your bed equals a new concept you're trying to understand. Every time you walk past one of those places, speak the idea out loud. Just once. Do this daily, and you're building a mental circuit around your house. You'll start remembering ideas without needing reminders or apps, because your surroundings are the reminders. 5. The mental download protocol. Now, here's where we get tactical. Most people study in one long block. Today I'm doing chemistry for 3 hours. But your brain doesn't work like that. It gets bored. It starts tuning tuning out, and that's when retention drops. The CIA method? Microbursts, called interleaving. You study in short, focused chunks, but switch topics every 10 minutes. 10 minutes of a TED Talk, 10 minutes of writing a business plan, 10 minutes of reviewing a language app. Why? Because switching topics forces your brain to create new neural pathways. It compares and connects ideas. It flexes memory, attention, and creativity all at once. It's like hitting the gym and working your full body instead of just arms. You train faster, you retain more. 6. The SPY Learning Week Plan. Let's turn this into a full transformation. Week 1. Nighttime theta learning. Use theta wave music plus a short review. Anchor it with a cue, finger snap, tap, or keyword. Week 2. Chaos conditioning. Add background noise. Trigger pattern breaks every 7 minutes. Increase the challenge gradually. Week 3. Sensory anchoring. Pair smells, colors, music with lessons. Use consistent cues for each topic. Week 4. Memory palaces plus microbursts. Assign study points to your home's objects. Mix topics every 10 minutes. Keep sessions under 1 hour total. By the end of 4 weeks, your learning isn't just faster, it's deeper. You'll have built an internal system that works even on low energy, low motivation days. That's what spies rely on. And now it's yours too. These aren't just tricks, they're habits of high performers. Start with 1, stack them over time, and you'll start to see what your brain is really capable of. If this gave you even one aha moment, hit that like button and tell me in the comments, which of these hacks are you going to try this week? Know someone grinding through boring study routines? Share this with them. Help them break out of the old system and into the fast lane. Because learning shouldn't be exhausting. It should feel natural, effortless, like breathing.